Hey there, friends over 60. Let's talk about that sacred morning ritual, your cup of coffee. For decades, it's been your trusted energy source, a simple pleasure. But what if I told you that this innocent habit, this single cup, could be silently working against your health, specifically your heart, your sleep, and your peace of mind? I'm Dr. James Thornton, a specialist in geriatric health and nutritional science. And in my clinic, I see it every single day. Older adults dealing with unexplained anxiety, stubborn high blood pressure, and chronic insomnia. They blame stress, they blame age, but the true silent culprit is often when and how they drink their coffee. Stop drinking coffee at the wrong time. Because right now, over 70% of seniors are making three deadly mistakes with their daily brew. These aren't just minor errors. These are habits that can dangerously spike your blood pressure, wreck your digestive system, and increase your risk for a serious cardiac event over time. Stick with me. By the end of this deep dive, you will know the scientifically proven safe time for your first cup, the one ingredient that turns your coffee into a poison for your gut, and the coffee swap routine that can maximize your energy safely. This knowledge could change the trajectory of your health starting tomorrow. First, we have to understand the change. Why is coffee a different beast after you hit 60? It comes down to one word: metabolism. As we age, our liver enzyme activity, the system responsible for breaking down caffeine, slows significantly. Studies suggest that the half-life of caffeine can increase by up to 30% in older adults compared to younger ones. This means that caffeine stays active, circulating in your system for much longer. That innocent 8 a.m. cup could still be interfering with your sleep cycles at midnight. Furthermore, the cardiovascular system becomes less forgiving. The American Heart Association, or AHA, warns that while moderate coffee consumption is generally safe, the stimulating effect on the central nervous system can be more pronounced in older adults, potentially leading to increased heart rate variability and blood pressure spikes. For someone already managing hypertension or atrial fibrillation, this is a serious concern. I remember a 68-year-old patient, Mr. David. He was a retired accountant who drank 4 large cups a day. He came in complaining of severe tremors and unexplained panic attacks. We ran every test imaginable. The cause? His aging system simply couldn't clear the high volume of caffeine fast enough. His body was in a constant state of fight or flight. We didn't change his life, we changed his coffee timing, and the panic attacks stopped. Now, let's get into the 3 crucial mistakes that turn this potential health booster into a genuine health hazard. This is the #1 mistake I see. You wake up, you feel sluggish, and your hand immediately reaches for the coffee maker. You think you need it to wake up. The truth is, your body is already doing that job for you. When you first wake up, your body releases its peak amount of cortisol. Cortisol is your natural stress and alertness hormone. It's what gets you ready for the day. Drinking caffeine on top of this natural peak is like slamming the accelerator while your engine is already redlining. You overwhelm your system. The problem is, this unnecessary surge of adrenaline and cortisol causes an energy spike followed by an inevitable crash a few hours later, leading to the dreaded mid-morning fatigue. It also places undue stress on your adrenal glands and forces your heart to work harder, unnecessarily increasing your blood pressure at its most vulnerable time. The scientific window. Research points to a clear window. Cortisol levels peak between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. The simple fix: delay your first cup of coffee by at least 90 minutes to 2 hours after waking. This allows your natural cortisol curve to drop slightly, making the caffeine effect much smoother, cleaner, and less taxing on your heart. Use that first hour to hydrate with water or stretch. This simple adjustment is profoundly protective. The second mistake is the classic empty stomach approach, a quick black coffee to kickstart your day. It's a habit driven by speed, but one that is devastating for your delicate digestive system, which is already slower and more sensitive after age 60. The problem? Coffee is highly acidic. It contains several acids, notably chlorogenic acid. When you introduce this acid into an empty stomach, it aggressively stimulates the production of hydrochloric acid, HCl. Without food to buffer it, this excess acid quickly eats away at your stomach lining. The consequences for seniors? For older adults, this can lead to chronic acid reflux, GERD, painful heartburn, bloating, and even increase the risk of ulcers. Even worse, the National Institute on Aging notes that chronic stomach inflammation can impair the absorption of vital nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, and calcium, minerals you desperately need to maintain bone density and cognitive function. A personal warning. I recently had a patient, a 75-year-old lady, who was taking high-quality calcium supplements, yet her bone density scores were plummeting. The culprit? Her decades-long habit of black coffee on an empty stomach was neutralizing the supplements before they could be absorbed. The simple fix? Never drink coffee alone. Always consume it with a small, balanced meal that includes protein and healthy fats. Think a handful of nuts, a hard-boiled egg, or a slice of avocado toast. This food acts as a natural buffer, calming the acid production and improving the entire digestive experience. This ensures the coffee stays an energizer, not an irritant. The third mistake is subtle, but perhaps the most dangerous due to its interaction with chronic conditions and medications. What you add to your coffee and what medications you take near it. Pairing A, the sugar and creamer trap. We aren't talking about a teaspoon of sugar. We are talking about the flavored syrups, the non-dairy creamers loaded with hydrogenated oils, and the artificial sweeteners. These additions turn your coffee into a dessert that rapidly spikes your blood glucose. For seniors managing or pre-diabetic conditions, this rapid insulin roller coaster is exhausting for the pancreas and significantly increases the risk of metabolic syndrome. Your healthy ritual becomes a junk food delivery system. Pairing B, medication interference. This is critical. Caffeine is a powerful compound that can interfere with the absorption and efficacy of several key medications commonly taken by seniors. Thyroid medication, example, levothyroxine. Studies show that drinking coffee too close to your thyroid pill can reduce its absorption by up to 50%. Your medication becomes half as effective. Bone density drugs, example, alendronate. Caffeine can bind to these drugs, making them ineffective. Blood pressure medications. Caffeine's stimulating effect can temporarily counteract the effects of your antihypertensive drugs. The simple fix. 1. Stop the sugar syrup additions. If you must sweeten it, use a tiny splash of natural milk or a few drops of pure vanilla extract. 2. Separate your meds. Create a clear 4-hour gap between taking any essential morning medication, especially thyroid or bone drugs, and drinking your coffee. Take your pills first thing with water, then wait until the safe coffee window, after 9:30 a.m., to enjoy your brew. Now that you know the mistakes, let's build the perfect, heart-safe, gut-friendly coffee routine designed for your best years. I call it the Safe Coffee Swap formula. The formula has 5 pillars. 1. The delay, timing. Wait 90 minutes after waking up. Use that time for light stretching, hydration, and mental preparation. 2. The buffer, stomach protection. Always eat a meal containing protein, a handful of almonds, eggs, or yogurt before you take your first sip. This acts as a shield for your stomach lining. 3. The dosage, limit. Stick to a maximum of 2 standard 8-ounce cups per day. If you need more energy, you have underlying fatigue that coffee can't fix. See your doctor. 4. The cutoff time, sleep protection. Finish your absolute last sip of coffee by 2 p.m. For those with sleep issues, aim for 12 p.m. This is non-negotiable for protecting your REM and deep sleep cycles. 5. The quality, the brew. Opt for organic, darker roasts, which tend to be lower in acid, and use simple, filtered water. Skip the fancy creamers and the salt-laden breakfast pastries that accompany it. Your coffee should be as clean as your intentions. Coffee is not a villain. It is a powerful drug that must be respected, especially as the body slows down after 60. When you treat it like a mindless habit, it can secretly sabotage your heart and digestion. But when you treat it with the awareness and strategy we discussed today, it can be a wonderful, cognitive-boosting, protective ritual. Remember, it's not about giving up coffee. It's about gaining control over it. A handful of smart choices each day is what truly keeps you strong, sharp, and independent. I have one final question for you. Have you noticed any unusual heart palpitations or anxiety in the mid-morning? Do you skip breakfast and go straight for the brew? Tell me your story in the comments below. Your experience can help someone else recognize these subtle, dangerous patterns. And if this video gave you that aha moment, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us deliver this vital health information to more seniors who need to take charge of their golden years. Next, you need to know about the one fruit you are eating wrong after 60. Check out my next video. Link to the next video topic. Stay strong, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.